So if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, what is the most expensive neighborhood in Manhattan? So I feel like a lot of neighborhoods claim that they're the most expensive, but I like to let the facts speak for themselves. So I'm recording this video in 2023. I'm going to pull numbers from 2022 just to make this video fair since we're still in the middle of the year of 2023. So I'm actually gonna go over the top 3 most expensive neighborhoods in this video. So let's start with number 3, and that's going to be Soho. Now, Soho is a very, very trendy neighborhood that is very, very well known in New York City. So the median sale price that we were looking at in 2022 is $3,100,000. Now, I would love to know in the comments, what do you guys think about that number? Does that surprise you? Did you think it was higher, or did you think it was less than that? Soho was the lowest in the 3 million tier, so all other neighborhoods not mentioned in this video were below 3 million for a median sales price. So in 2022, there was 165 sales in the neighborhood. Now, our number 2 spot goes to Tribeca. Used to be number 1 for a very long time. I don't know if you guys remember that. So Tribeca's median sale price is $3,575,000. And there was 329 sales in 2022. So there was definitely a lot more sales done in Tribeca than Soho. But when it comes to median sales price, it's not that far off from Soho, which actually kind of surprised me a little bit. So it's hard to completely compare when the amount of homes sold was so much greater in one neighborhood than the other, but it's also because one neighborhood has a lot more apartments and homes than the other neighborhood does, just as a whole. And this brings us to our top spot for the most expensive neighborhood in Manhattan. So I'm gonna let you guys guess really quickly what you think this neighborhood is gonna be. So I do have to say, this won by a landslide. So the most expensive neighborhood in Manhattan is Hudson Yards. Yes, Hudson Yards, not the Upper East Side, not Tribeca, Hudson Yards. So if you guys aren't familiar with Hudson Yards is kind of like a newer, built up, developed neighborhood. So the apartments for sale in this neighborhood are absolutely crazy. Literally like nothing I've ever seen before in the city. So the median sales price in this neighborhood was $5,102,000 across the whole neighborhood. Now, let's take a look at the amount of sales that took place in 2022. Only 64 sales happened in this neighborhood. Yes, they were expensive. It's a little hard to judge a neighborhood completely based off of that amount of sales because it's lower than both Tribeca and Soho, and I'm sure many others that were on the list as well. But at the same time, with those 64 sales, they managed to grab the top spot. So overall, from 2021 to 2022, Tribeca and Soho actually decreased in median sales price, but Hudson Yards increased by 45%. Insane. Now, 2021 was still a little bit of a rough year for New York City because you're kind of still in that whole pandemic time. I would say that 2022 didn't really reflect it as much, but 2021 did still reflect that a little bit. So it's a little hard to go completely off 2021 numbers. So I would love to know, were you guys surprised by these results? What neighborhood did you think was going to be on the top of this list? As always, I love hearing from you guys.